All right, family. Peace and blessings. It's your brother, Omni Amanashi, also known as Omni Omnis, aka the Nature God, family. Now, you already know this is a Black News 720 OmniVision EDU presentation, family. And tonight, I wanted to talk about the unfortunate incident of Marshawn Neely being dead at 24 years old, unfortunately. All right. Now, this story caught my attention, and I felt that it was something that I wanted to at least speak about. And, like I said, my condolences to the brother and his family and his loved ones, because, that brother is somebody to somebody. You feel me? So, a moment of silence for Marshawn Neely. All right. Okay, so what caught my attention is in the police dispatch, or in the audio call, it was mentioned that the girlfriend tipped off to police that Marshawn Neely, right, had mental health issues, right, and that he was armed and he's dangerous, right, and he's now, take note, he's a professional football player. He's been to school. He's played professionally in a professional organization, and the man makes good money. All right, one of the best jobs that you can have in America. All right, and some female, I don't know who she was, saying that she was his girlfriend, calls police and tips them off, saying that he has mental health issues, he's armed, he's dangerous, right? And so he's approached by police. And instead of stopping, the brother fled. Now, I don't know if that was the best choice or whatnot, but fight or flight. Some people pull over, some people may get afraid, or, and they may speed off, depending on the individual. But I think that it's weird that he turns up dead by gunshot wound, which they say it was self-inflicted, but they still have to prove that it was his gun, rounds that came from that particular firearm, right? It's other things that have to be proven, because, these types of things happen. It's called swatting, all right? When someone maliciously makes a police report, right, and tipping off police enforcement, saying that, there's some type of risk, or you're a threat, or, and then they have the SWAT team to come to your house, to your address, all right, and then they do something to you, all right? So anyway, it's very similar to what happened to young Scooter, if y'all remember that. There was a young lady who made a false police report, all right? And the man turned up dead on his birthday. So it's just a malicious, devious energy that I noticed that's going around. And like I made a post not too long ago, brothers need to be spiritually disciplined, all right? And I know sometimes that can be challenging. You know what I'm saying? When your testosterone is working and flowing the way that it's supposed to. Because that's what makes you pursue women, right? But this very same thing, family, can become weaponized. It can become a negative. It can be a weakness. And females know this. Not all females are negative or have a foul intention. But this is something that exists in this modern time, family. I believe that that brother lost his life due to someone who had resentment, and they had vengeful thoughts, right? And vengeful actions that resulted in this brother's death at 24 years old. So I'm just telling you, message of this video, brothers, be spiritually disciplined, right? If you're a spiritual man, you shouldn't be as easily swayed and moved as a regular guy. You feel me? Because it's not all about just the physical. It's also about the energy, the spiritual. All right. And so when you interact with an individual, you're exchanging energy. You're seeing them, you're hearing them, right? There's a magnetic biosphere that's extending from their body, that's interacting with your biosphere once you're within at least 5 feet of the other person. All right. And so it's all an energy exchange. And so you have to be mindful of the energy, family, the company that you keep, the people that surround you, the thoughts, the intentions of the people that surround you. All right. Now, this is your solar system, and you are the light of your world, right? So you're meant to shape the system in your world based on your frequency. And like I said, unfortunately, a lot of brothers fall victim to these type of situations. I believe the brother was set up, and I believe he was shot and killed by the police. I don't believe that he committed suicide. All right. But you guys can go and look into the story, investigate. But whenever you put yourself out there as having or dealing with mental health issues, sometimes you're hit with a certain label, right? And once you get that label, oftentimes you're dismissed as being credible. If somebody ever violated you or did something to you, they'll say you're crazy. Right? Because you publicly admitted to having mental health issues, even though we live in a world that it's not mentally healthy. It's not emotionally healthy for kids when they go to school, right? It don't matter what you got going on at home. Once you get in the schoolhouse, that's rules, right? That's policies. And so, we live in a world and in a society that really doesn't cater to the human nature when it comes to the mental or the spiritual. All right. So I'm not surprised if there's people in the world with traumas, right? But this doesn't mean that you're a threat, right? Doesn't mean that you're going to harm someone, right? You're just a being that is living and you're experiencing, right? And you existing, you feel me? And you shouldn't have to be judged or ridiculed or written off or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because of that. And so I'm just saying, when you talk about mental health and you mention that publicly, right? Sometimes you can be written off or labeled. And I believe that's what happened with Marshawn Neely, all right? And so whatever opinions and views that you guys have, feel free to leave it in the chat. Make sure to share, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow, family, all right? Y'all can hit me up on YouTube, channel tag The Nature Guide 2126, all right? THENTRGOD 2126. All right. Cash App is $ all capital OMNIS NATURA 360 LLC, family. OMNIS NATURA 360 LLC. All right. If you want to support the movement, family. But anyway, we come to this platform to build, to have conversations about what's going on in the world. So that's why I invented this space for people of my own community to have these type of discussions. Did Marshawn Neely, was he a threat, right, to society? Was he a threat to himself, right? Or Was he set up? Was he railroaded? Was he targeted? Right? Was he written off and dismissed? All right, so just something to think about, family. And like I said, my condolences to Marshawn Neely and his family and his loved ones. I'm sure, you know, the brother, like I said, was a good brother, and he was someone to somebody, you feel me? So, you know, respects to the brother. Salute to all the guys and the goddesses, the kings and the queens of the planet Earth. It's being real, family. I'm going to get with y'all on the next one. Peace and blessings. We out. Peace.